my name is Meerah, and I am a Lorekeeper in one of Yggdrasil's libraries, and today I wanted to talk about the Thrunodian Aleph-1 from Wuthering Waves. If you haven't caught up on the story, there will be spoilers for 3.x. As always, this is not a deep dive, but a quick yapping session because I just really want to talk about it. So, roughly about 10,000 years ago is when Aleph-1, or Hvedrungr, to the Roya first appeared near Solaris 3, having followed the Exostrider, or Balder in the indigenous Roya tongue, from the homeland civilization on its way to deliver sentinels to Solaris. Its appearance would ultimately bring about the Second Lament. It followed Balder through the Strider Gate, or literally Baldur's Gate to the Roya. I see what you did there, Woowa. And the Exostrider, with the help of its resonator Ymith, managed to seal the Thrunodian outside of the Strider Gate, though its influence would continue to seep into the region of Lahai-Roi and threaten the entire planet. 9 years prior to the events of the game, the Grand Architect of the Fraxidus would succeed in weakening the seal, causing Ymith to have to sacrifice her life to maintain it. After she loses her life, she becomes a digital ghost and is able to move freely in the void matter, including backwards and forwards in time. With this, she's able to create a time loop that helps her to preserve her existence and ensure the safety of her beloved home. Aleph-1 takes the appearance of a weeping black hole, and it is known as the most frightening and powerful of all Thrunodians that we currently know of, as it was born from alien civilization's fears rather than human civilization's fears on Solaris 3. Every Thrunodian is born from the fears of a civilization, and it seems that erasure, annihilation, and assimilation are all fears that Aleph-1 could represent or could have been born from. It has consumed multiple of those civilizations before even coming to Solaris 3. Its insides are made of something called void matter, which spreads throughout Lahai-Roi and infects anything it comes into contact with. One of the most frightening void matter creations to come from Aleph-1 are the void worms. As their name suggests, they are colossal worms, think sandworms from Arrakis and Dune, that consume the frequencies of living things. They can be defeated, but will always return. Like Aleph-1, they are undying. Aleph-1's influence also creates void storms, which erase any living thing that it touches. What makes Aleph-1 and its void matter so terrifying is that it leaves literally nothing behind. It completely erases and consumes anything living that it touches. Memories, feelings, existence itself. Any living thing that comes into contact with the void storm will slowly forget who and what they are, will lose feeling in their body, and will slowly just vanish into thin air. If caught in the middle of a void storm, people are usually just consumed in their entirety, and literally nothing is left behind. Within the void matter, time and space work very differently, as they would in an actual black hole. This is how Ymith is able to go back 10,000 years to the moment Aleph-1 comes through the Strider Gate. At the end of the story arc, we see that all of those consumed by the void storms may still have weak remnants of their frequencies stored inside of Aleph-1, which all end up banding together with Ymith to create a map of the void space and ultimately aid Rover and the Exostrider in banishing Aleph-1. As we discover later in the story, Aleph-1 cannot actually fully descend upon Solaris without an anchor or a resonator, which was created by the Fraxidus in the girl Denia. Unlike Thrunodians like Leviathan, whose resonators would ultimately act to limit its power and influence, Aleph-1 actually requires a vessel with the same frequency as it in order to actually do any meaningful damage or consume a planet. It's also revealed that the Fraxidus has a fragment of Aleph-1 in Lahai-Roi, and Denia ends up taking it with her into void space at the end of her story. It can be assumed that this fragment and the experiments on it are obviously how Denia's status as the Thrunodian's resonator came to be. I say it can be assumed, but it's pretty much literally told to us in Denia's story arc. While Rover, Ymith, and the Exostrider did defeat the avatar of Aleph-1, the actual Thrunodian cannot be killed. so it can only be banished. Void storms and void matter have all but ceased to become a problem in Laharoi, and the Exostrider, who is now outside of the Strider Gate and in space, remains there to protect Solaris 3 after it grabbed Aleph-1 and yeeted it to the far side of the universe. According to the Exostrider, it would probably take the Threnodians several hundred years to return if it did try to do so. But without Dinia to anchor it, it's mildly unlikely that it will come back. So yeah, I really love the Eldritch horror in Wuthering Waves, and I feel like Aleph-1 is obviously so quintessentially cosmic horror. I feel like I didn't do so great of a job explaining it, but this is just a summary after all, so I apologize if this, didn't quite go as deeply into it as some may have preferred. But yeah, I just wanted to ramble about it because the Laharoi story arc just ended, and I'm still very emotional. I really, really enjoyed it, and I really love the cast. And yeah, it's just a good game. It's really well written, and the story's so much fun. It's so great. The story's so great. Anyway, thank you so much to listening to me yap, and thank you so much for watching. Super special thank you as always to my channel members, especially Loremasters, PwNaGeDOTexe, Beitodesstrafe, General Jehuty, Vlad, and Lexaous. May Yogg grant you the knowledge you seek, my friends. Friendly reminder as well that I do have a Patreon where you can go join for free as a member to watch all my videos without those pesky YouTube ads. Also, liking and commenting and subscribing on here really helps the channel grow. If you like this kind of a weird and niche content, you all know the YouTube drill. But yeah, that's it, I guess. I hope to see you all next time here in the library.